At Vibra Finance, we seek out the hidden gems in cryptocurrency. We will tailor your portfolio to work for you. Are you ready to transition your investments from traditional markets to cryptocurrency? Are your coins staked and earning interest? Are you overwhelmed with all the jargon in crypto? Is your portfolio underperforming and you want to reposition into consistent winning blue chip coins and viable projects? Do you feel like you missed out on DeFi, Metaverse, and NFTs? Here at Vibra Finance, we provide you with the data, skills, and tools you need to stay on top of the digital asset market. Vibra Finance, we are the future of crypto.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Vibraville. Hope you guys had a great day. And it's really funny. I woke up this morning, was watching Ivan's stream, then popped into Scott Melker's stream, popped into Crypto Banter, and everybody was just, man, it's over. It's over. This is going to just drag on for I don't know how long. We could see 95K. And what do you know? I put out a tweet at what time? Of course, the internet does not want to load. It was at like 7 o'clock this morning. And I just had a feeling something is going to give. There was so much bullish news that I had seen over the last 2 or 3 days, and nothing was affecting price one bit. Well, whatever. We're not even going to bother. Let's check out these bubbles. ZK Sync up 36%. Quant up 18. Dash down 15. Hex up 11%. Let's look at my favorites here. Up 6.9%. There we go. Crushing everybody out there. Top 100. The top 200. No matter how you put them together. All the coins on exchanges. My coins here outperform the rest. We get Research Coin up 27%. We've been talking about that for 6 months now. That is Brian Armstrong's project, the founder of Coinbase. That is his project, guys. You don't think he's going to shill that after what Trump is doing right now with World Liberty Fi, pissing off everybody because his family and other of his friends, they're all making money. That's the name of the game now. Brian Armstrong will follow suit. All right. I have a feeling I might be wrong, but hey, I don't mind being wrong. It checks every single box. Research Coin, every box, the narrative, community, the founder is Brian Armstrong, and the use case, DeSci, I think is going to be one that AI and blockchain were just built for. It brings medicine and science to a whole nother level. And you're already starting to see so much progress being made in short amounts of time because of new technology. And there's so many other use cases for crypto that just suck and they just don't make sense. But DeSci, yeah, that is a narrative, folks. Don't sleep on it. Look at eHex. What did I tell everyone to do last summer? Swap your Hex for eHex. I sold all my Hex for eHex. And that was the best move ever. I'm up about 800%. I don't know why this will not load. Oh, something wrong with Twitter. There we go. Something big is at 7:30 this morning. Something big is about to happen. Our emotions shift so fast as it's done on purpose to shake you out. Weekly cycle lows look to be in, so the stage is set for one final run up in Bitcoin. And that was when everyone was super bearish. And you start to see bottom signals from other people out there. When you are in a lot of different communities, I've been here for 6 straight years. I've seen it all. All right. And there was right here, one of the QUBIC guys. There comes a point where we have to wake up. Another broken promise. Instead of touching 1350, we added another 0. Exhausted from these empty words. That's a bottom sign right there. When people that have been in the community for a long time can't take it anymore, you see it in Pulse Chain everywhere. You see it in Titan X everywhere. That's just the way it is. Yeah, look at SCADA. I took profits I sold my bag up at like 9,000 and rebought the dip around, I don't know, it was like 7,200 because I knew once you see these green candles, these guys, they're all coming back down. You will never get a pump like this, and then another one maybe in the near future, but when liquidity starts coming into the market. But yeah, fam, we are crushing with the pulse chain stuff. These couple altcoins, P-Hen's been doing good, Scata's been doing good, and Peacock is the other one that I bought. And you just gotta believe. I want to support good people. I love what Tiger Crypto God is doing over here. Yeah, is that what it is? The full moon pump? I didn't even know that. Actually, no, I did. I was looking at the moon the other day. I was like, oh, here we go. This could be a good thing. What up, V? Been trying to catch your lives. Work's been consuming me. Yes, sir. I've been trying. I figured I'd do a little different time earlier because a lot of people are over in Europe, and the 10 o'clock p.m. is just, it's almost impossible for them to make. So gotta try to dab and switch it up. And if more people like this time, I have no problem whatsoever streaming now. We got the Dollar Riot group at 8 o'clock. So until then, I'm free. Let's see what else has been going on in A1A up 12%. All the cores up. PTGC, UFO 10%. Wrap Bitcoin over 400. I think Link came up. I got a couple of the blue chips, Aave, Link, Compound, Uniswap. P-Hen's been crushing. And Tiger Crypto God's going to be using that for marketing and onboarding his new people. So the people in this community are diamond-handed, I believe. And there's always going to be people that are just waiting to sell. That's inevitable. But man, guys, Flare and Spark. Look at that. Spark's outperforming Flare. And for the last month, I've been showing you guys about Spark Swap. How you buy Spark, you wrap it, and you delegate it, and you get 19% APY on that. Paid back in Spark and Flare tokens. So it's all about passive income. And CP, you get that massive green candles. They're always coming back. Every single time. They come back about 60%. And look at that. What are we at? 1,800. Yeah. We're down about 40 right now. 35. So I'll maybe expect one little rollover again. But guys, it doesn't matter. This is short-term noise. And if anything in the last couple weeks has proven to you that no news article can change the price. I have seen more bullish catalysts in the last 2 weeks, I think, than ever. And nothing is moving the price. So it just shows you all the liquidity is gone. Market makers are in trouble, I'm hearing. And there could be a liquidity crisis that's brewing. So maybe this is temporary. And then we have a problem. And that force, because I saw in poly markets, the odds of the Clarity Act getting passed this year went up from 16% to like 43% today. And poly markets, they're on point with the stuff that they do. It's it's wild to see. Everything is coming right into place. What up, Zach? And we held on. We believed. We found the best coins. And when you own the best coins in crypto that have a future, have a use case, you can sleep easy. And I'm doing the right thing. I'm stacking the best coins, and the price is not reflecting the true value of them. And that is because the macro condition. We're in a recession right now. When in a year or two, we look back, this is going to be considered a recession that we're in right now. And they're always late with it. And so you did the right thing, and you will be rewarded for it. You say people in Pulse Chain of all places are diamond-handed. No. I said the P-Hen community. Tiger Crypto Gods coined that. He's using to onboard all the new people on TikTok and his whole community. And he's been putting out messages about it and constant videos. And since that's his coin to onboard new people with, He owns a bunch of supply. The founder owned a bunch of supply. So I really think that the people in that coin specifically are the diamond-handed people on Pulse Chain. And they exist. I mean, everyone on Pulse Chain 4 years ago, well, before Pulse Chain, in all the hexagons, it was stake it for 15 years, delay gratification, and how fast that narrative dies real quick when the price is in the shitter. But it'll come back again. Everything just rotates around in cycles. The QUBIC trade, I haven't looked here today. Garth at 30, Q mine at 2.8K. CFB up 50%. There we go. See, guys, look at that. What did I say? We bought it at 1 a month or two ago when no one wanted it. All right, well, now you can sell it for 2. Sorry. Someone bought some for 3. All right, never mind. But I at least doubled up my bag already on that. And Matilda is up to 11 now. Let's go. It was down at like 7 the other day. So the coins on QUBIC, guys, I think this ecosystem is gonna explode. I really do. There's something special about it. I can just tell. When you find these certain communities, you know, Pulse Chain has some of the smartest people out in DeFi, 6 months ahead of everyone else. The QUBIC, the AI, Garth and Anna, if this works, this is game changing. The games that are being developed, the MLM game is so cool. And you have the right projects being built around it that are very scarce. It's a tight-knit community. And guys, it's just special. Price does not reflect the value. Great. Yeah, it is. It's like when we've been talking about DYNEX. Check out AMAI and virtuals. Donovan showed it today. Yeah, I saw his video, or I saw the video. I didn't watch it, but yeah, we'll definitely check that out. But whoa, like look, the news for DYNEX, the chip that came out. Where is it? The other day, right here. Look at this. That is beautiful. The folks at DYNEX just built a brand new physical chip to help progress their quantum as a service goals. And the models that they're working on, so quantum is a little bit out, all right? So in the meantime, quantum as a service is going to replace the shitty LLM models that we use right now. ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, they suck compared to what DYNEX does. And the fact that news like this does nothing for the price, the news when they said we are in January or February, you're going to bridge your tokens over and convert them for a tokenized stock that's going to be traded next to quantum stocks on the blockchain that are $3, $4, $5 billion valuations. And we're at a $5 million market. It's so low that they said, I think they're going to do it at 10 cents. So right now at 3 cents, you buy in and you swap them. It's going to get listed, I believe, at 10 cents. So everyone that buys it now is going to be in profit. And then the price goes nowhere. And it's just a reflection of where everybody's broke. Everyone was misled. And all these accounts right here that showed you Solana and all these shit coins, they are traumatized. I watched Miles Ducher crash out on stream the other day. And it's like, bro, if you were holding XRP and some blue chips along with your degening, you'd be fine. But the mainstream guys are so hyper-focused on the garbage out here. And I hope they all get wrecked and they get rinsed and they're gone. Because times are changing in crypto. Utility is going to take over. The money, everybody is saying it now. Retail is not going to drive shit this cycle. It's going to be the institutions. The big money is going to dictate what projects pump. And they're going to go to the ETFs, guys. I promise you. And what everyone hates XRP, but I don't care. That's where the money's going. And I want to make the most. So if it was X penis coin that was going to be it, I'd be telling you to buy that. And Quant at $70 the other day, that could be like the buy of a lifetime. Besides when it was $45 in like July of 2022. Because I really think quant is going to be a very expensive token in the future. And it's a perfect just buy and set it and forget it. You buy early, tuck it away on your ledger and forget about it and move on to the next. Get a bag of DYNEX for this cycle to balance out. So you just bought a long-term play with quant that you're not going to touch for years. Now you go and find DYNEX or research coin or something short-term that's going to pump hard. You can sell and make your profits and not touch your long-term bags. And people can't do that. But the government shutdown. Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries are demanding an immediate meeting with President Trump and the GOP leaders to end the government shutdown. Strange. Right after election night. Makes you wonder. The Chuck Schumer and like 5 guys are literally holding out everything, allegedly. But it's all a puppet show. And this is all going to be narrative to print money. While in the background, the reverse repo market was drained and the Fed is having to pump liquidity into it. The same thing in 2019. These cycles just repeat. Rigetti's 11 billion, LAES 1 billion, DYNEX is 4 million dollars. Like it almost doesn't seem right that you can have a $4 million market cap that has been obliterated in crypto that in 3 months is going to be trading next to $1 billion stocks as a stock. Like, what am I missing here? What am I missing? Like, DYNEX is a sure thing. Okay, I can't say that. It's as sure for me as anything out there. Like, you can't lose at 3.7 cents here. I'll look into that, but I swear they said they were doing it at minimum of 10 cents if the price wasn't up there, because they would be a laughing stock coming in at a $3.9 million market cap. So they need to have at least a $15 million market cap. Would they do this? So, I mean, guys, that's the gem. These are the projects that these $2,000 ultra secret private paid groups that have all the alpha no one else has. Why do you need to pay for that shit? Anyone can sell you a dream and a coin that they're manipulating. But the best fundamental projects in crypto all across the board, look at GPU. Look at that. Up 43% today. I bought this at 4 cents last year, and I think it went up to $3 or something. It was the biggest gainer besides PTGC and UFO for me, and like PDI. And now, again, it was dead. I took profits, and what did I do? I bought down at the absolute bottom. I bought some the other day. It was only like $150 worth, but it literally doubled my bag. And now it's up 43%. So I could even skim some off and move it, but I'm not, because the fact that GPU is moving this hard right now, it tells me it's going to move this hard again, and it's going to repeat, outperforming all the other alts in the AI narrative this cycle. It will be up there with the best gainers. That's how crypto works. We got to see glimpses and flashes of the best, the highest runners of the cycle. They moved already the quickest, and the same thing will happen. I made that mistake last cycle of saying, I don't know, that's moved a little quick. I'm going to go into other coins because they haven't had that upside yet, but it doesn't work like that. The winners just keep on going, and they go to numbers you can't comprehend. How do we pick up some DYNEX? So, Jason, go to dexscreener.com and get the contract address. That's your first step. It's the number 0 XDNX. Ooh. And it's the wrap version on Ethereum. So once you find it here, you click on it and you scroll down and you copy the contract address right here. And then if you have MetaMask or whatever wallet you use, come to switch.win. There's a link down below to it. It's not like a referral link or anything, but it's cheaper than everywhere else. So you come up top and you can use Base, you can use Ethereum and Pulse Chain. So switch to Ethereum, and then you come in and you paste the contract, and boom, there's DYNEX, and you'll swap whatever you want to swap for it. Ethereum or whatever you have in your wallet. And Switch.win is cheaper than everywhere else out there. There's no fees right now. They're turned off. So it's the place to go. The paranoid self makes me feel like once our crypto makes us wealthy, we'll be introduced to the mark of the beast. No, bro. Once you have enough money to escape that system, you have the ability to not take place in it. The mark of the beast shit is going to be for people that are poor. Instead of having food stamps, you're going to have CBDCs and programmable money, so you can't go blow it at the casino or anywhere else. For people that can go buy food, pay for organic food from a farm, get whatever you want, travel whenever you want. You're going to have money to not take part in. There's going to be two systems, unfortunately, because the people at top, they don't want to deal with that shit. They want their privacy and everything. They're not giving up anything, but they're going to sell it to the masses as a good thing. But we're going to fortunately front run this, make our money to where we can live outside that system. It's going to be for people that don't have, bro, think about all the people that are losing their jobs that aren't invested in crypto. All people that are in like marketing, accounting, human resources, just all these type of jobs are going to be lost, right? And you're not going to be able to find another job to replace that. So I think there people that lose jobs are going to be given UBI. And I think that's going to be some kind of digital dollar where built into it is like a mortgage credit where $1,000 of it go, or whatever your mortgage is, there'll be enough to pay that off, enough for insurance, and enough for things to cover your general costs. And I think that could work out. That would allow people, instead of having to hunt for a job, work for someone they hate, they would give them 5 or 6 hours a day to do something for themselves, start their own side hustle, start their own business, or, projects you've always wanted to do. If you didn't have to worry about money like that, I think this could be done right. But that's where you're going to have to submit all your whatever they want, dick pics, eye scans, chips. You'll probably have to do it. But it's either that or you're homeless. But I think for us, we're going to be able to avoid it. Once it's listed on the New York Stock Exchange, will go nuts. Oh, stop giving me FOMO on DYNEX. I bought a little bit more the other week. All is lost, panic. I agree with bro. I'm panicking like crazy, bro. I freaked out. I literally got on Twitter today and just spammed every single bullish person, yelled at everyone that told me Bitcoin was going to $1 million. And then I realized, I went and cooled off, took a shower, came out, and the markets were pumping. Yeah. Yeah, bro. This can be used for good. UBI and programmable money. Like, say you're making $100,000 as a marketing guy, and now AI replaces your job. You just lost a 6-figure job. You're not going to be able to replace that job or find a new one. So people that had that happen, you now get, $2,500 a month to cover your mortgage, to cover your taxes, your insurance, and some groceries, just your basic expenditures. But that money will be programmable to where, whatever insurance you have, $1,500 or whatever it is will be you for that only. The other $500 will be for food only. The other $500 will be for your mortgage or taxes, whatever it is. So I think they can do credits for that stuff to where now people actually have free time to build a side hustle, or give them the opportunity to build a side hustle and start doing stuff they like, growing their own food, whatever it is. I just think it can be done right. But we need good people that make a lot of money in crypto. And I see it in a lot. And so even in Pulse Chain, even in DYNEX, in every community, there's so many good people that want to do awesome stuff with their money. They want to be productive. They want to help people out. They want to take care of people, their families. And I think there's enough of us out there where if we can accumulate enough wealth and work with each other and support each other in the real world with businesses we're starting, like that's the real power, man. So I'm actually really excited for the future. You know, we know that the system is collapsing right now around us. The financial system is on its way out, and it's being replaced with a new digital system. In the next year, our banks that shut our accounts down for buying crypto are going to be begging us to come hold our crypto with them because they have institutional custody, and it's going to be so risky to hold your own with all the advanced hackings out there and these new AI hack bots that could steal your money. Come just give it to Bank of America and we'll hold it for you. And that's coming. A huge shift. And guys, Ripple is going to be the bank of the future where they are lending money to everybody. They just another $500 million strategic announcement, an investment round led by Fortress, Citadel, Pantera, Galaxy. So guys, this is now, I think, the third DAT that's coming for Ripple. All right. All of the institutions, all of the corporations, all that we know, Walmart, Target, Google, Meta, they're all going to launch stable coins. And I think they're going to be mostly on the XRP ledger. There's just something telling me that. And the people who told you stable coins will replace XRP don't actually understand anything about blockchain. MasterCard and Ripple and Gemini explore settling card transactions using the XRP ledger. That's what I've been saying now since I understood what was happening. All of the settlement will be done on the XRP ledger. You can have side chains on ETH, stable coins everywhere, but they will be settled on the XRP ledger. That's all that matters. This will mark one of the first collaborations where a regulated U.S. bank settles traditional card transactions using a regulated stablecoin on a public blockchain, RLUSD, on the XRP ledger, where every single one of these banks runs a validator. Why? Just ask yourself why. The banks don't trust each other. JP Morgan doesn't want Citi's stablecoin or Chase's stablecoin. They want their own. So when they do transactions with each other and someone's paying in yen and you want RLUSD or you want JPUSD, it settles through XRP on the XRP ledger and both parties receive the currency they want on the other end. So people don't understand what's coming, guys. And that's why I've begged you to buy XRP for years, because it's going to be the Bitcoin of the future. I promise you. MasterCard is teaming up with Gemini and Ripple to explore RLUSD stablecoins on the XRP ledger to settle fiat card transactions. Once implemented, this will mark the first collaboration between them. Many crypto platforms are hoping to generate more transaction revenue and add new clients by offering debit and credit cards for everyday purchases. And what have I been saying, guys? Everyone's so worried about cashing out and my banks. And what do I do? Guys, you're going to have to just swap the stable coins and have a safe wallet. Don't be dumb with it and just keep it spread out, and you'll be able to spend right out of these wallets. We're going to be able to get cards and debit cards from 6 different wallets we have. That's the future. And I think that too is going to be a thing of the past where we're not going to have physical cards. We're going to have our phone, and we're going to have like the Visa or MasterCard app that runs on our phone, because we all have a Visa or MasterCard now. So with that app, when you go to pay for something, you're going to scan a QR code, and through that Visa app, it's going to let you choose what you want to pay with. And it'll be able to read every one of your crypto wallets in real time, and you'll be able to choose where you want to pay out of. So this whole idea of us having to cash out to the real world, I don't think that's going to happen. I think they're just scaring people right now. What up, John May? Well, God, what love. Appreciate you. Thanks for the assist. Yeah, any problem, Jason? That's what I'm here for, man. I want you guys to get into the best projects early because this is the last chance. In another year from now, these coins are going to be at prices that are just so much higher to where you're going to look back and say, man, I wish I did this. I wish I had listened and done this and bought more of that. And that's the worst feeling to have. And I want to make sure that none of you guys have that regret in a year. And you know that through this bear market, you've done everything you physically can to accumulate the best projects for the future. So in 6 months, 12 months, once these prices are crazy, you don't say, oh my God, what I wish I did this. Why did I not do that? And that's what I want to avoid. I put my cash in a gold and silver and hold it physically. Yeah, if you want. I'd rather have the ETFs personally. Great to catch you early. What's the latest on Veracity? Nothing really. I haven't looked into it, bro. It's same with Veracity, bro. It's their Vera views and their tech. If that picks up and it's used, it's gonna do phenomenal. Like, so the Veracity is either like 150x gem or it's gonna stall out and do nothing. So but it has, again, every single thing that checks my boxes for a coin I want to hold. So they're at token 2049. Yeah, I want to look into. All right, here we go. The ad fraud files, smart TVs, phones, streaming boxes, projectors, even car infotainment systems. Bad Box discovered mere months ago as an Android malware supply chain operation. 10 million devices were compromised worldwide. Some shipped from the factory already infected. Ad fraud is always involving a Bad Box 2.0. At Veracity, we keep a close watch on operations like this to keep our advertising info ready to defend ad campaign integrity, publisher revenue, and advertiser budgets worldwide. So, bro, if they can actually figure out a way to prevent this from happening with their technology, time for the POV announcement. Proof of views. All right, no information on it. But so that's the thing, man. It checks all the boxes. We just need to see how it plays out. And Flare, guys, send your XRP to the Bifrost wallet and wrap it into FXRP. We are so close to being able to earn yield on it. And it's like 5%, but who cares? If you can do nothing and just turn it from XRP to FXRP and start earning yield on it, perfect. So I wrapped it all into FXRP. I just don't know what website to go to use it. I think Vets did it. So I need to actually DM him and see where he put his FXRP. Because I know you can do like lending and stuff, but I don't want to do that or put it in liquidity pools. I think there was a one-sided pool you could get into, but guys, Flare is going to be a beast. And it's so undervalued. So yeah, Zaman Wallet and Bifrost are the two that are building the integration to, I think, Firelight. Oh, there's Jake. Shout out to Jake Claver right there on a panel with Hugo Filion. That's why I respect Jake so much. He's in the room with the right people. And the stuff that the alpha he drops, it's not cap. They got Hedera Week. Same thing coming up November 10th to 14th. So all of the projects that are coming out, well, not coming out, but have been building stuff. Dovu, all the real world asset stuff. Kabila is a real world asset play. So there's all these projects are coming out. Hedera is going to be a beast. Just give it some time. Another gem. I thought this was funny here. Good luck suing crypto exchanges, market makers over the flash crash. So yeah, basically you're shit out of luck. You got manipulated and there ain't nothing you can do. And that's why we don't leverage trade. We don't play that game. It's a rigged game where everybody loses for the most part. And why do you need to do that when you can just be patient, zoom out, have a long time frame, and make it as least stressful as possible, where you buy the gems and just hold them. That's the secret to crypto, guys. That's it. And we got QT officially ending by December. So that's like 2.5 weeks away. And we got all these ETFs coming out in the next few weeks. The government coming back from shutdown. I just can't see how we dip moving forward. And now this whole thing with banks, JP Morgan allowing you to borrow against your Bitcoin and use it as collateral. Look at this. Meadow Planet borrows $100 million against its Bitcoin to buy the dip. So once this is now allowed, yeah, it's going to bring leverage, which potentially could blow up in the future. But for the right cryptos they're doing this with, you're at no risk. I think if you did this with Stellar, Ripple, Hedera, Quant, Chainlink, XDC, Flare, I think that's a successful strategy for a decent amount of time. So the fact that companies are going to be able to borrow against this, against all their assets to buy more, man, how much more bullish can you get? What up, Tin Top? How much time you think we still have? Honestly, bro, a couple weeks. I really think by Thanksgiving, things are going to really be moving. But again, the Japan could unwind with the reverse carry trade. That's one thing I've been really keeping an eye on. So that's another looming potential huge dip. So I would love for that to happen in like 3 months, where we get a nice run up here for a couple weeks, for maybe 6 weeks or so, and then Japan unwinds or whatever and sinks the market, so we could take profits before that happens and then rebuy the dip. Excellent blessings to all and infinite grace, infinite abundance coming. Amen. Exactly. That's what I'm doing, bro. I can't wait to make Vibra Farms even bigger and have our own organic meat, our own organic eggs pumping out, fresh organic vegetables all year, organic fruit, and having like a couple trucks to be able to deliver to within like a couple hours to people or our families and friends. And then that's how you start becoming unreliant on all the nonsense, and you can just tune out to it. Load up on HBAR by 11/11, 11/12. The grayscale HBAR ETF will be approved. Damn, there we go. So you think in our lifetime we'll see, bro, we will see trillionaires within 2 years. 100%. Brad Garlinghouse, Chris Larson. When you are able to bring and build the next financial system that is going to save billions of dollars, move money around the world instantly, reduce fraud, all that, you deserve to be compensated that much for it. So yeah, bro, there's going to be trillionaires for sure. There already are trillionaires, but we don't know who they are. They're so far removed that there's a whole class of people above the Elons, the Bezoses, and guys that we think are the richest people. They're not at all. Bitcoin and ETH found their bottoms 2 weeks after the ETS went live. HBAR files suit. 11/11 is the last day to load up. What coincidence? The Grayscale ETF is next. Yep. And bro, it's going to be even, I think a bigger coincidence is when the BlackRock ETF just gets announced out of the blue. That's going to be another coincidence. And bro, just all of these acquisitions that Ripple's been making all year, they've literally bought their way into every single important corner of the market. So they buy a piece here, a piece there, a piece there. And now next thing you know, they've owned everybody and put it all together to build literally the new financial system. Like, as Ripple is the chosen one. I've been researching it for 5 years. And trust me, I try to find the opposite information on why it's not them. And I can't. Nobody's been able to send any proof. All the researchers just keep digging up more stuff that makes it more obvious what's coming. And you don't just buy out all these companies like this. Hidden Road, G Custody, 6 strategic acquisitions in 2 years while going through a lawsuit. It just doesn't make sense. And we do the research, you find out there's chosen cryptos. And those are the ones I've been showing you guys for years. And I'm praying you load it up on them because they have the ability to change your families and your kids' families' lives moving forward. Yeah, Goob. Right here. We talked about it. Yep. Set all of these, bro. Jake's been saying it that you're gonna see Visa and MasterCard announce they're working with the XRP ledger. And then the next one he said was Amazon's gonna come out and say it too. And then all of the banks and corporations are going to launch stable coins, and they're all going to be settled on the XRP ledger, which will be known as the super DEX, where there's the guaranteed the most liquidity in all of crypto and the cheapest routes and least fees. So it's all already been set in stone. Now it's just rolling it out. And QUBIC is the same thing, but I just don't understand AI enough to see how AGI is going to take over, how it's going to affect things. But whoever wins the race for that is going to be number one. And the background of Come From Beyond, his last 20 years in crypto, he's been working on QUBIC and this game, and My Last Match game, I think has the ability to onboard thousands of people into crypto. It's a super simple game, but it is extremely complicated. Every single move you make affects future outcomes, where it's strategy, survival, PvE, PvP. And it's all about, everything, where if it's too cold out and you don't have heat, your health starts to drop. So you got to go find fire or food to boost your health. And when you die, there's safe houses in here that have been bought and auctioned out to original IPO holders that bought in, got a safe house with the share. I'm not sure exactly, but people have the safe houses. And when you come back to life, you have to spend 1 million QUBIC, and half of that goes to the safe house. So the safe house holders, the MLM game, all the profits are going to be divvied up and given back to QMine token holders. And Garth is integrating with this. They're putting together a whole team. So you're seeing different projects in the community work together inside of this game. So it's kind of going to bring everyone together. And I think this could be the game that opens up blockchain gaming. But we will see. It's definitely risky, but just QUBIC alone, I think is a blue chip crypto. For if you want like GPU and Spectre, those are short term. I'm going to sell those and take all my profits. QUBIC is more of a long term hold because their AGI isn't going to be ready till 2027. So we're like a year to a year and a half away from that. So this is more of a long-term AI hold for me. So in the meantime, I'm trying to get into the projects that are built on QUBIC to get in early, appreciate, and then take profits into QUBIC before I think the price really goes high. And that's going to be when the AI narrative picks back up, or people start to realize he might be Satoshi, he might be the founder of Monero, And once QUBIC is mining Dogecoin, that's going to create a stir on social media. So there's so many incredible projects all around crypto where if you invest into QUBIC, it has nothing to do with Pulse Chain. It's not going to affect it one bit. Same thing with XRP or XLM or HBAR and Titan X or Morpheus. They're the polar opposites of each other. So you want to try to build bags in the best niches of the market. And I think that's the ultimate success plan, to have those coins and then for the long term and both the short term. So you can take your profits, not feel like you just round tripped everything, but you're still holding the blue chips for when things start to really change in crypto and utility starts to matter. And that, folks, I think is right around the corner. Yep. They were talking about it today in the Discord. I guess Eco got a couple ASIC miners, and I don't know if they're going to do a vote for it or not, but just the ability to mine Bitcoin, mine Monero, and in the future, potentially Dogecoin, that would be crazy. And I think he even said Zcash too. No, I don't know if it was Zcash, but there was one other one. So QUBIC just has so much upside, and where the price is right now, down in the dumps here. Man, I remember when we first found it, a billion QUBIC was over 10 grand. And right now it's like $1,300, something like that. $1,100. So this is how you use the bear markets to your advantage. I never thought I'd get to a billion coins because I wouldn't have had 10 grand to throw into one project. And now, because of the dips, I got billions. So use these dips as opportunities. Even Hex, eHex. If you don't know anything about it, or you've heard it's a scam only, I promise you it's not. I see through all that, and I would never show you guys rug pulls or scams or any of that shit. Yep, exactly, bro. Flare ETF coming out, Fireflight coming out, every single exchange and institution using Flare to earn yield on their XRP for all of DeFi and lending. Absolute sleeper. What do I think of Digibyte? I don't know anything about it, bro. Never looked into it, never owned it. And really none of my friends or anyone in my circles have ever shilled it to me or even mentioned it. You know, I think the one coin I really like that was given to us is this XCL, this XLR. It's a privacy coin that just launched, and it's at like a $10 million market cap. And I bought it at like 006 and it dips 50%. So I tripled my bag down at like 003 to complete bottom. And now we ran up to well over a cent, but it retraced a little bit. But I think this is a great privacy coin because Zcash, I sold my Zcash like an idiot for QUBIC this summer. And that cost a lot, but hey, I think in the long run, I hope in the long run, QUBIC does better. But yeah, this XCL, I think, is a sleeper. Yeah, $8.9 million market cap. I think it's an absolute gem. But other than that, adding new coins right now, unless they are blue chips that you've missed out on or you looked past or didn't know about, that's one thing. But this is a gamble coin for sure. This is not a coin that has been building for the last 8 to 10 years behind the scenes for the switch that's coming, when all the banks are going to be custodying crypto for us, when Trump releases his stable coin and the digital dollar comes out and all these CBDCs. Japan will be the first country to launch theirs, and they're all going to be on Ripple. And, you know, I don't like it, but it's where the world is going. Yeah, Goo. King Karan did a video today about the Flare ETF. There's a filing for it. Let's see if we can find it. Let me close some of these out. Because I saw his video on it. I forget the name of it. Man, this is so crazy how slow it is. The Tessurium Leverage Flare ETF just hit the SEC's database, filed on October 24th. If this goes live, come out the first leverage flare. Launch it. I swear there was another one. Maybe that is it. But yeah, maybe one of you guys in the chat will know. Yeah, maybe Ben will know. Well, something went wrong. No internet. The bubbles are usually bad. Index screener. Nope, nothing. But yeah, I know it definitely is coming. It certainly does appear that a licensed financial entity is filed for a Flare ETF. So that was from Hugo. Steve McClung from Canary Capital is looking into a Flare to explore staking XRP for their XRP ETF. Holy shit. That's what I'm talking about, guys. These deals are already done, but they're acting like they're looking into it. It's so funny. Man, Flare is such a gem, guys. I bought more. I sold. So I bought like $300 of Dovu maybe 2 or 3 years ago. I didn't take profits last year on it, round tripped it all, added to my like another $100 to it, and they ran up to like $4,800 a couple weeks ago. And I sold like 1,300 of it and just bought more Flare. I know, and I don't want to regret it. What up, Ryu? Good to see you, man. Just a question. What do you think? Do you think the faster blockchain could make mistakes with numbers? I don't know. Maybe going so fast it will miss numbers. No, bro. They're like that's one reason why I'm so bullish on Flare 2 is their Flare time series oracle. Like Flare so yes, in a sense, like what you're saying could happen it with like Chainlink and some of these other oracles that aren't on chain. Chainlink relies on third-party data. So technically it maybe could be manipulated somehow, but because that's even an option, most of these institutions and enterprises, they have to use something like Flare, which brings an oracle on chain natively. So all those price feeds are validated there. So you can't have a slip up like with Chainlink. So Chainlink will be great, but it's not for everything. Like people were just talking about how Linea, because they signed a deal with Swift, it was over for XRP and it was never going to be used. They chose Linea. Guys, they're using Chainlink for oracles, XRP for settlement. They're testing Linea for their messaging part of Swift. So they're using different blockchains for different functions of Swift. So all 6 or 7 together will help them launch their new blockchain. So Flare has its own oracle governed on chain, not external, like Chainlink. It verifies cross-chain proofs natively. It lets you execute smart contracts cross-chain without bridges or multi-sigs. Synthesizes non-smart contract assets, uses T's to secure off-chain computation and data privacy, and does all that within a single L1. I mean, that's a different language to me, but I know, like, in layman terms, how it works. So, no, bro, you don't have to worry about that at all. The QUBIC does 15 million transactions a second, the way it's set up with its tick chain. So, no, that's not something that you need to worry about. Awesome, bro. You're going to be so happy. And I hope you have it delegated or staked in Bifrost wallet. So you're collecting your airdrops every month, your bi-weekly staking rewards, and and then your bi-monthly stake what is it? P flare or whatever it is. You had to have 50 or 100,000 to stake. If you have less, you wrap and delegate, and the yield just a little bit higher for the staking. That's all. I want to stack stronghold too. Can't decide between more. If you don't have any stronghold, that's another one that I've been talking about it for years. Stronghold, and if you don't have any, I would get a bag first and at least get exposure to it if you have flare already, because you're still going to be earning. Or you know what, you could maybe split it 50-50, and then over the next 3 months, take your flare drops and your rewards and swap them for SHX. That's something that I've been doing with my flare for the last 3 months. I've been swapping it into SparkDex and delegating it there, because SparkDex is about 19% APY, and it pays you back every single day in flare and SparkDex tokens. So I'm getting 2 tokens back, while my all my flare is earning that. So I'm just trying to kind of diversify inside these ecosystems with a little bit, and then see which one is paying more in over like the next 2, 3, 5 months. And I've been watching flare and SparkDex. They've been very similar at when they appreciate in price. So in a couple months, if you say, maybe I do like SparkDex a little more, I want to earn both coins instead of just wrap flare, you're not going to be penalized for waiting, because they're going to move so similarly together, which I think is a really good thing. You're not going to say, oh God, if I did it 3 months ago, I would have got 4 times the amount because SparkDex is just outperforming flare so much. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think they're going to move very similarly, which just gives us more opportunities to earn passive income and find these DeFi protocols out here. And I just need to figure out where to put my FXRP. I have it. I have I did 37 lots, 370 of it, but I don't know where to put it to just earn that 5%. Kinetic, borrow, lend, vaults, SparkDex. Like, I don't know where to go. So I got to consult vets or someone that's done this. But why would you just hold XRP and do nothing with it when you could take it and throw it in a vault? Let's check this one out. Moremarkets.xyz. All right. I don't know what this is. Okay, here we go. FXRP, 4% APY right there. So there we go. This is, I don't know about this one. I don't want to get into shady things I don't know about. So I need to do some research, but this is what I want. 4% on my XRP for no risk. I'll take it all day long, because I think XRP is going to hundreds and then thousands of dollars by 2028, 2029. It has to be a high value to settle the amount of money that is going to be moving through the network. How does DYNEX have the capital to create a quantum chip? They must have had VCs. And just because the market cap is a complete illusion. All right. Like if I start a coin right now, I start Ben coin, right? And I make 1 billion of them, and I sell Vinny. I make a liquidity pair, and Vinny goes and buys 1 coin for $1. Now I have $1 billion market cap coin. Just because he bought $1, 1 coin for $1, it's $1 billion market cap. So market caps are a vanity, a flawed metric, but just because the token's worth that much doesn't mean they don't have millions of dollars that is used for R&D and research in grants or funding or whatever they did. So that would be my guess. But yeah, I wouldn't even compare the market cap of the coin to the company and what it's building, because it's going to be trading next to multi-billion-dollar tickers in a couple months. So that market cap can go from a 5 million to 5 billion, but they're going to still be doing the same thing, same building in the R&D. Yeah, and they'll have more money to do more research, but they'll still have that core business that's building out these chips regardless of what the price of the token's worth, if that makes sense. But yeah, so that was one of them. So Kinetic, here's another one. So it looks like they don't have FXRP. Nope, not yet. Yeah, it's only supply and borrow, I guess. Yep, FXRP is not on here. So Kinetic, I don't know why it says that it was there. Maybe it is. Anosis Dex. Let's see what they got. So now is when you look around and you just see what's out here. Don't go crazy. Yeah, these liquidity pools, I don't want to do that. I don't want to suffer any impermanent loss. I would rather just earn my 4 or 5%. And if you have 1,000 XRP, that's what, 40 coins a year. If XRP goes to $1,000 a coin, in 5 years, you'll have 200 coins. That'll be $200,000 you'll have earned at 4%. That's how you need to think. So I'm excited for it. I'll do some more research and figure out what vets did, what are some of the safer ones. But that's the thing. There's no need to rush into this right now. Don't get into something that could potentially end up bad. I think just being patient, waiting, letting things play out, let the cream rise to the top a little bit. And in the meantime, Spark Dex, phenomenal. Phoenix DeFi Hub, phenomenal. 100% APY, and the faux token has been appreciating against XLM. So even though this is a liquidity pool with 2 tokens, the faux token has been appreciating against Stellar. So when I end it, I'm going to end up with more Stellar tokens than I put into it, which is a bonus. And I'm going to have a ton of Phoenix tokens that I earn every single week as rewards. So even if it did go bad and the Stellar token really started to appreciate against Phoenix, I'll be able to sell my Phoenix tokens and recoup those XLM tokens I lost. All right, what's going on here? We can't even load a website up. But these are phenomenal opportunities, guys, and you find them early, and you never know what can happen. It could do 100x or it could do nothing. But when you throw a couple $100 in it just to see how it works, get a feel for it, that's how. So here we go. I got $347 in staked assets. But I want to go to my pool so I could see how much I've earned in like the last week, because I have not claimed tokens for about a week probably. This is crazy. All right, here we go. Liquidity pools. So I'm in the faux XLM pool. Oh, wow. The APR dropped down to 86.9%. It was 104 last week. That's good. That means people are coming in and using it. So even though I'm not getting quite as many rewards, I like to see the growth. Man, this is brutal. 1%. Yeah, this probably ain't gonna load. Come on, the lucky one. This is wild. All right, let me close out everything. All right, if you don't work, there we go. All right, so I've got 11.5 faux tokens. And I locked this one up 17 days ago. And I got another like 17 in my wallet. I was getting almost 4 a day. So it looks like, yeah, the APY is down now. So it's probably, what's that, 20% less? So yeah, now I'll be getting about 3 a day. But hey, I'll take it. I mean, I don't have much in here at all. It's just $347. And 11, this is like $3 or something like that, over $3. So that's 1% back already. So there's opportunities everywhere in crypto, guys, where it teaches you to be long-term thinking, long-term thinkers, delaying gratification, not just running around, buying this, buying that, selling this, trading this. It's unsustainable. Make it easy for you. Find the good shit. Find the passive income. Become your own bank. That's the whole point of crypto, is remove middlemen. Do this stuff yourself. And if you've got questions or anything, reach out to me. I'll walk you through any of this stuff. 2 more, self-key and wormhole. Yeah, bro, wormhole for sure. I don't know about self-key, but I really like wormhole and rail and XLR. There's a lot of gems, but I don't have the money to just buy a $200 of a bag. I don't want to do that. If I can't save up to put about 500 into a new bag, I don't like doing that. So I got my bags. I'll put that wormhole for sure on the watch list. And if something goes nuts, I can take profits. Then I rotate those into the bags that on my watch list that I've been waiting to accumulate. You don't just sell bags you've been holding to FOMO into something else. It's just, you're better off going in with size and being patient. I made the mistakes last cycle of spreading too thin, $100 here, $100 there. If I had just did 250, it would have cut down. I would have been in 30 less projects probably. And you can't keep track of it all, and it just becomes a nightmare. So when you make it easy and you get in these DeFi protocols, all you're thinking of, okay, let me buy more to add to this so I can make more back. And that gets you thinking like a wealthy person, like successful people do, and building wealth and generating passive income and figuring out how to get more cash on the outside to put into it. And that's how you crush crypto. So I am out. Been a good stream. Appreciate every one of you guys stopping by. If you're not subscribed, smash the subscribe button. Smash that like button. I will see you tomorrow night.
Yeah. Up in the building. Yeah, we lighting up the scene. Crypto gems on radar, chasing every dream. Do your own research, that's the golden theme. We bring the facts, no cap, we keep it clean. Scrolling through the charts, got my eyes on the rise. Viber got the info, got me feeling so wise. No hype, just the truth, yeah, we cutting through lies. Sharpen knowledge on the daily, watch the profits multiply. From Bitcoin to the altcoins, we digging for gold. Community so strong, never do what you're told. That's the motto, let the story unfold. We ain't selling you a dream, just the facts to behold. Viber finance, shining in the night. Crypto gems, yeah, we find them right. Do your research, keep the future bright. Viber got your back, we ignite your flight. No pump and dump, just the realest advice. We break it all down, make it simple and nice. Every tip, every trick, got you rolling the dice. But with knowledge in your pocket, you can win every price. Viber finance, shining in the night. Crypto gems, yeah, we find them right. Do your research, keep your future bright. Viber got your back, we ignite your flight. So when you're lost in the crypto sea, Viber is the light, come vibe with me. Stay smart, stay sharp, and you'll always see the best gems shine with transparency.